Our next adventure takes us to High Divide Loop in the Olympic National Park. From Port Angeles, follow US 101 29 miles to the Solduck River Road. Take the road east for 14 miles to the trailhead parking lot. Most hikes work their way up to a climax. But the High Divide Loop immediately greets you with a surprise: the roaring thunder of Solduck Falls. Sarah Rosetto came all the way from Turin, Italy to experience the grandeur of the Olympics.
I think it's beautiful. I think it's very different from Italy. Everything is bigger than in Italy. In Italy, we say è bellissimo. Everything is very beautiful.
But there's a price to pay for this beauty. You'll have to negotiate another 7 miles of rugged terrain before you reach camp. This is classic Olympic Peninsula country. The trail climbs rapidly under an awning of towering trees alongside Canyon Creek. Branches, dripping with moss, seem to be reaching out to us as we pass them by.
We're about a mile away from Deer Lake.
Nicole Halabisky guides us on our hike and says it is one of the best Western Washington has to offer.
So we're getting tired, but this is so beautiful. I kind of forget about it. It's very lush and green, and your mind just thinks about the beauty and not so much about the uphill climb.
Another 3 miles up the path and you reach your first stop, gorgeous Deer Lake. It is gorgeous, but the fog rolling over the horizon reminds us it's time to move on. You don't want to be caught in a potentially treacherous place like this with zero visibility. As we work our way to Seven Lakes Basin, our bird's eye view quickly disappears in the mist. An orange-tailed northern flicker encourages us up the road, and the secluded hoary marmot leaves her cubbyhole for a moment to see what all the fuss is about. Fog creates an eerie setting reminiscent of a landscape from The Lord of the Rings, but after 7 miles, we reach our camp for the night, Lunch Lake. The following morning, the sunshine completely changes the look of the basin. We discover that Lunch Lake is suitable for swimming. It's almost like having your own giant pool next to camp. But there's no time for dawdling. The High Divide is waiting for our arrival. Once you make it to the top, stunning views of Mount Olympus begin to emerge.
It looks pretty good up here. Can't beat this view. I think it's one of the best you can find in the Olympics.
Yeah. The views from High Divide are among the best in the Olympics, but the highlight of this expedition came when we stumbled across a family of white mountain goats grazing in green pastures. High Divide Loop has a bit of everything: waterfalls and old-growth forests, striking views, and swimmable lakes. An abundance of wildflowers and wildlife. For Nicole Halabisky, it would be strange not to absorb this at least once a year.
Lived in Washington for most of my life, and it's just part of who I am now, and just to get away from all of the hustle and bustle and the motors and the engines. It's so nice to be out here because there aren't any motors or engines. It's just nature. It's just peaceful. You can't beat it.
Coming up on the Great Trails of Washington, the romance of fly fishing on the Lewis River Trail, and later, the magical underwater world surrounding the Point of Arches on Shy Beach.